Welcome back. I hope everyone had a nice holiday, Christmas, New Year's, Hanukkah, whatever you celebrate, or at least hopefully you had a winter break from school and or work. This is my first video to be recorded after Christmas and New Year's, despite whenever I uploaded the last couple. And today I'm going to play the New Year's bots on chess.com. We have New Year's rated 260, New Year's Martin. And then there is New Year's Janjay rated 725. And New Year's Nelson rated 1375, New Year's Wally 1850, and New Year's Magnus rated 2882. As I usually do when I play these bots, I'm going to start with the lowest rated one, and usually I have enough time or effort or energy to make it to the third one. Sometimes the third one beats me, and sometimes it doesn't. Let's just see what happens. I'm going to play with the white pieces with e4 and see what New Year's Martin does. Okay, we're going to play the Vienna game after that e5 response. And then we're going to play this, which I think is the Vienna Gambit. I think I've had some opponents play that, but I'm not sure. And I also don't remember what the best thing is. I think I'm just going to take this pawn, or should I get this knight out first? I think I'm going to get the knight out first. If they take the pawn, then of course I would play here. What does that do? I'm not sure what that does. Well, I think I'm going to take that pawn now. See what how the bot responds by taking that knight. Okay. And of course their knight's in trouble here. I'm just going to take their knight for the pawn. I assume they'll take they did. Okay. I guess they could have taken here with check, but now that I think about it, that was probably the best response. I'm going to do this to protect that and castle. Well, not to protect that. The queen was already protecting my knight, but I wanted to get it out of the way so I could castle. That can't be a great move, can it? I don't know. I could check now just to get my bishop out and punish that move, but then I'd have to move the bishop again in order to move that pawn. So I don't know that that's good. Also, they could just block with the pawn, which helps get this bishop out. I'm going to castle, which lines my rook up with their queen. And then I'm going to move my knight maybe here. I also just realized they did play this pawn as if I had put the bishop there, but I didn't put that bishop there. Well, now, if their bishop wasn't there, I could fork their king and queen. But if they do take it, I can just take, right? Yeah, I'm already a piece ahead. I'm going to do that. Assume they'll take with the bishop, and then I'll have an advanced pawn here. And we'll just do this. And I guess I can keep marching that pawn. They've given me the queen for unknown reasons. I'm going to take it, and I think we have this bot beat, but some of these bots get pretty wily as the game goes on. Let's let this dark squared bishop out this way maybe, and actually they'll just block with the pawn there too, won't they? Okay, well let's put the dark squared bishop here, and then start moving some of these other pawns. Maybe we can get the queen out someplace or another. I'm not sure exactly where. Yeah, let's go ahead and move the other c pawn. Now my queen has a few more options for getting out, like I could check now, but again, they could just block that. I thought about putting this bishop here, but then they're going to block that pawn. Let's see, what if I move this pawn first? I don't think they'll take it, but they might. Actually, let's move this bishop first here, and I'm aiming for that because their rook now is tied to defending it. Okay, they've put their rook coming down here. I think that's a big problem for me right now. Oh, except I was kind of thinking about pulling this bishop back a little bit. Okay. Well, let's get the queen off the back rank. I can bring this other rook over here in a minute. Oh, I should have put the queen up just one there. All right. I could take that bishop. I'm up 12 points of material. Let's trade. I think every trade should benefit me here in any even trade. Okay, we have this weirdly symmetrical pawn thing going on here. Not sure exactly how to proceed, to be honest. Actually, yeah, I don't like where my queen is. I want to move it up one, and then okay, they've moved that rook. I was about to pull this back and aim over there, but I think I would have trouble getting through those pawns anyway. Let's go over here with the queen. I'm kind of aiming through that to they've given me the rook. I will take it. We are in no danger of stalemate here because my opponent has lots of pawns that can be moved, but they have blocked me moving this pawn, which I was hoping would be a check, but they've given me this pawn, so I'm going to take it. I'm now threatening that pawn. They have moved there. I'm going to check this way and hopefully can take this pawn before too long, like now. Maybe they'll take this and help me undouble my pawns. They did not. Let's squeeze in here a little bit closer with check, protected, of course, by the pawn. I realize now I could have brought my rook up this way. I'm going to check with the pawn. They have to go. I guess they could have come over one, but they chose not to. Let's see if I can work my way around in here. Go to D7. I'm aiming to come to C6. They're going to check me over that way, looks like. Okay, we're going to check here. All right, and then should I pick off another pawn? Okay, now I do have to be careful because they can get rid of this rook pretty quickly, but they will still have that pawn to move. Okay, so I'm going to take their A pawn, and they do not yet have a forced stalemate because they can move their C pawn. Pretty sure. And in fact, I think they have to move the C pawn now, and then I'm going to check with this bishop, which is checkmate. There was a point at the middle of the game where I forgot that I was up 12 points of material and I was being so hesitant, but then I realized I could just trade off all the pieces. Now, the last couple times I did this, I forgot to save the games for my first 2 bots, and then they were just gone because chess.com will not put these games in your archive unless you save them. And in the past, when you clicked save to archive, it would pop up a note saying it had been saved. It does not do that anymore, so I don't know if it saved it or not. Okay, it did save it. Let's return to the list here and play the next one up, which is New Year's Janjay. And I will switch to the black pieces because the random one never works. It always just gives me the same color over and over. All right, we are going to play the French defense against this 725 rated bot, which is from Liberia. Oh, that's interesting. I have a couple of neighbors from Liberia. All right, let's go ahead and play d5. Are they going to take? Are they going to push? Or get a knight out? They got a knight out. Seems like bots play this a lot more often than humans do. I assume it's a good move. I'm not sure, but yeah, humans tend to push or take here, but the bots almost always get the knight out. Oh boy, should I take? Should I pin? Let's go ahead and pin. I don't know what difference it makes. Okay, they've defended the knight with the knight, but now I can take this pawn, I think. I think that's okay. I guess now I kind of have to take the knight. I don't have to, but let's go ahead and take it. They're going to take back with their knight. Okay, and now that pawn is, I guess, technically hanging, but I was going to get this knight out anyway to kind of protect it, but mainly to castle. Oh, they gave me the knight. I will take it, and now I'm up a full piece because that doesn't hurt. I'm just going to bring this knight back, right? Yeah, I'm just going to bring it back, and then I will castle, unless they play g5, or sorry, g4, because some humans will do this kind of thing in this similar situation, and then I never know what to do about those, that pawn cascade. All right, I am going to castle. Are they now going to throw one of those pawns forward? Yeah, they are. Ah, well, I'm a piece ahead. What should I do about it? Should I worry about the pawn yet? I don't think I should. I'm going to play h6 just in case, but I really don't think I should worry about that pawn. I do need to probably, work this knight around some other way, but no, they can just attack it there. Maybe I'll leave that knight there for a second. Let's get the light squared bishop out. Maybe not there, but maybe here. Oh, they've moved the king. All right, well, that was helpful. I'm going to get this light squared bishop out, get the knight out one way or another. Oh, they've protected the pawn that was already doubly protected by their other pawn and queen. Interesting. Got the knight out. Now they are launching those pawns. This knight has to go somewhere. I'm going to go ahead and put it here, like I said, on d5, and then maybe come this way since their king is now blocking their bishop from getting there. Like so, and now I'm threatening that bishop. Okay, what's that aiming for here? Not sure. I'm going to take this bishop, and then I will check by taking this pawn. Hopefully they'll take that knight with their queen. Oh, they did. I was joking, but that's what they did. All right. Well, this is much more fun than I anticipated, and I think that's a free pawn and a check. So let's take it, and then when they get out of check, I think I can get that one too. I mean, oh, I could check here and win the rook. Yeah, that's a little bit more tasty than that pawn. Let's check. I mean, they could block with the bishop and protect the rook. They didn't. But in that case, I would have taken the bishop. This way, I'm going to take the rook. Wait, they can't check me and win my queen, can they? No, they cannot. I'm going to take the rook and then get out of there here in a second. Oh, boy. Not sure if that looks a little dangerous, but probably not really bad. I don't know if I want to take it or not. That opens up the rook, but they don't have any other piece really defending their rook. Oh, it gets their bishop out. Okay, well, let's move the queen first. Maybe over here to d3, where both my queen and bishop are pointed at that pawn. They made no move to protect it, so I'm going to go here with a check. I think that's safe. And then they have moved down there. Well, I don't want to check here because of their bishop. Let's see, I could check here, and if they block with the rook, I'll get this pawn. If they go, and they won't be able to go down in the corner because of my bishop, so their only other move would be able to come up here, in which case I would get the rook, I think. So I'm going to check here on f2, see which way they go. Okay, they chose to give up the rook. I will take it. I think we're pretty close to a checkmate here because the bishop's guarding this. This isn't checkmate because they moved the pawn. They will have to come up one, and then... But I can check them here and win the bishop. So I think I'll do that. Not in danger of stalemating because they still have 3 pawns that can move. Okay, now they're going to start running out of pawn moves. So now I want to be really careful. But now I can take this pawn with check, and they're limited because of my bishop here. Okay, so let's force them over. I'm protected by the bishop on g2. They're going to go back to one of these two squares. They chose that one. Now I think I want to bring my bishop up here to f3, which completely locks in their king, prevents it from moving. So they have to move a pawn, and then I will have checkmate on e2, like so. Okay, actually beat that one in one less move than I beat the previous one. And this one also, I will remember to save it to my archive. Okay, and that one also saved. Good. Now I'm going to try the next bot, which is New Year's Nelson. Nelson rated 1375. Is that a little higher than the normal Nelson bot? I can't remember. I guess I'll go back to the white pieces now. And as I said before, I do often have trouble with the 1300 and higher rated bots. I'm going to do my best, and I have time to do a game review afterwards. All right, let's play e4, and Nelson has responded with the French defense, which is what I play, right? I think the best thing to do here is just to play d4, and then I don't see the French defense. I was about to say I don't see the French defense that often, but I don't think that's part of the French defense. I'm pretty sure that's aimed at this pawn, so I definitely don't want to attack the queen with my g-pawn, because then they'll check me by taking the e-pawn and win the rook. I could attack the queen with the knight, but they still get my e-pawn with check, and then I guess I block with the bishop, and then I'm ready to castle. And I could protect the e-pawn with this other knight, but I don't like putting that knight out before I've had a chance to move the c-pawn yet. Well, then I'm going to protect the e-pawn with the queen up here to d3. I don't know if that's best or not. I just never see this actual move from humans, so I have no idea. Okay, I'm going to block that by developing my bishop, see if they want to trade, in which case the knight gets out here. They did want to trade. Okay, well, I will trade that. Got rid of my undeveloped bishop and see what they do. I assumed they'll, okay, it took them a second, but I assumed they were going to take that. Now I'm going to attack the queen with this knight, see what it does. It went back. Okay, I feel like the bot has wasted a few moves here. I'm not sure why. I'm going to go ahead and get this bishop out to e2 in preparation for castling, and then I will get this. Okay, well, they're not lining up here because of my knight and rook, and even after I castle, like, they don't have a bishop there, so I'm going to get this knight out. Not sure exactly where it's going, but I wanted the back rank cleared as much as possible. Okay, I don't know why I shouldn't attack the queen again. Do you? Anybody can think of a reason not to attack the queen here? There probably is a reason. Is it because I haven't castled yet? Oh, I could attack the queen with the knight, but I haven't castled yet. Let's see. Should I worry about them attacking me? No, because that's defended. I'm going to go ahead and castle, and then I think I will... Where's that going? Nowhere important? Okay, I'm going to attack their queen with the knight, and they've gone over there. Can't quite attack that. I mean, I guess I could attack that with the queen. I don't think I should be worried about this because this knight is still in place. I say we break open the center since they haven't castled yet, and we'll get some breaking open here. Oh, they didn't want to break it open. They gave me the knight. That's got to be good for me, right? I'm going to take a knight. I'm ahead by a piece for a pawn, and oh, that's not good, is it? Wait, my queen is defending that, but I don't know if it's good or not. It blocks in their d-pawn. I think that part's good. I'm going to try that and then try to get one or other of these pawns up there to protect it. What just happened? My browser changed shape for some reason. Well, they've attacked my queen. That much is clear. But it's a free bishop. But if I take it, then they can take this knight. I'm up a piece for a pawn right now, so it makes sense to give up the knight for the bishop, I think. Do I give up anything else? No, just that knight. Okay, I'm going to take the bishop, and then I assume they're going to take my knight, because that was the reason for putting the bishop there in the first place. I think my queen is temporarily safe, so which one of these rooks should I put here on the d file? I'm going to put the A rook over here on the D file to force their queen to move someplace. It moved back one. I guess I should move this queen back, because right now it's going to take them at least 2 moves to attack my queen, so I'm not really worried about that. So why am I moving the queen back? I don't know. I could come back here to attack that pawn, but that doesn't help anything because they can just defend it. No, if they defend it, then I'll get that pawn. Okay, they're going to defend it with the A pawn. If I come back here, they can defend their B pawn with the A pawn. Well, then I'll just come back this way and attack this pawn directly, their D pawn. And they moved it. Okay, well, I'm going to take it and see which one they take with. Okay, I just realized I'm lined up here. I need to start thinking more about checkmates, checks in general. I've been pretty weak on that. What happens if I put my knight up here? They just play their G pawn? And do I want them to play the G pawn? Let's see. Let's see if they'll play the G pawn when I put the knight up here on G5. Oh, they blocked my queen from seeing that. Okay, that's probably pretty good, I guess. I really don't know. Let's see. Are they thinking about checkmating me? No, because they can't get these pieces lined up here just yet. But I can attack their knight. Should I do that? Let's attack the knight. I'm still up a piece for a pawn. Okay, they've attacked my knight. I've attacked their knight. If I take here and they take mine, then I'm still ahead. But if I take here and they take back, then I pull this knight back and I'm still ahead. I'm going to take their knight, see which one they want. Oh, they wanted that one. Okay, that probably was best for them. But now I can, no, I can't take that yet because then they'll get my knight too. Okay, I'm going to bring my knight back. I assume they're going to protect that with the G-pawn. They didn't. Is it safe for me to take this? I think I go up a pawn here. They can attack me, and they did. I think I'm going to go here and offer a queen trade, and if they give me the queen no, wait. I was going to say if they give me the queen trade, I'll still just be up a piece. But I think if I move here with my queen, then they just come down here and get this pawn. So I'm going to come down here where I'm continuing to protect that pawn, and then maybe come over here and, okay, yeah, what if I come over here to B3? I'm kind of aiming at their B pawn, which they can defend, but I'm also kind of aiming at their D pawn, which they only have one defender on right now. And from there, I will still be protecting my C pawn. So let's do that. I've pinned their D pawn to the king. Oh, they only moved that forward once. Well, now I can just take this, or I can take that. If they take my rook, I will take with check. So they would not be able to get my C pawn just yet, and then I can come back. Or I can just take the B pawn now. That's more complicated. I'm going to take the B pawn, and they've moved the queen up one. Oh, I shouldn't have taken the B pawn because they could have just taken that. What? Not sure what my opponent's doing here. I'm going to come back. No. Now they're defending that. Oh my. Now they're defending that with both the rook and the queen. I can attack their queen here and defend that pawn at the same time, and I'm aiming for a fork depending on where they put their queen. Let's attack the queen with the knight. It's nice to have an extra piece. They've given me the queen for the queen, which I am fine with. All right, they've done that. That's going to block any further advance by their A pawn, by moving my A pawn, and then I guess move my B pawn. And is that good? That can't be good, right? Lining all those pieces up there. I still can't do anything with my knight just yet because they're guarding their 6th rank, but I can move this rook over to take the open file. Maybe try to get it down here on the 7th rank. Not yet, though. Well, let's just go in here. How about that? We'll aim for that pawn. They did not move to protect it, so I think I should take it. I'm going to take it. And then they ran back over there. Now anywhere I move my knight, my 2 rooks are lined up with each other, but I don't really have a lot of good places to move it. I mean, I guess I could put it back there, but they're coming with these pawns. What if I just move this rook over to the E file to keep their king from coming any further? And then, oh, they've moved there. Well, then I'm going to check them. Should I be worried about a back rank? No, I'm going to check them here. And I thought they were going to move over. Honestly, I did, but they didn't come over one. Should I try to hop this knight in here to trap their rook where it is? I don't know if that helps anything or not. It does defend that square, I think. I'm going to do that. Put my knight here, which is defended. Oh, they're going to trade rooks with me. I'll do that. And they took with the king, and now I need to get the knight back out. So I will come this way, I think. Oh, well, it's defended, sir. And or madam. I guess Nelson would technically be a sir. Okay, I can take this pawn, and then they'll get mine, and then I will be in danger of being back ranked. But the knight is currently protected, and they can't come toward the rook with the king because of the knight protecting that square. So I'm just going to move this pawn up so it's safe, and then see if they want to give me that. Oh, they didn't. Okay. Now my rook is protected. This pawn is protected, like so. What do I want to aim for here? Let's give me a little bit of an out where I need to get my king out here in a moment. They still want to come down. Can't aim for that just yet, but I can get behind that pawn. I think I'll check them and then get behind this pawn here. Oh, they've given me the rook too. I'll take it. Then I can just start bringing my king, I think is good. I know my knight's not defended anymore, and they're probably going to try to come toward it, but they can only get so close, I think, especially if they don't actually try to come toward it. And I'm going to come after these pawns. Okay, I'm going to move this one and see what they play. Played their king. That pawn's not really bothering me, but my knight is in the way of this pawn. So let's go after their A pawn, but mainly I'm getting out of the way of my C pawn, which I'm going to start advancing like so. If they get too close, I'll just take their A pawn. Actually, now I can just go after their G pawn since their king has left the defense of it. There we go. Now I can take this and this, and I'm doing pretty well. I assumed they were going to come in here, but they didn't. Okay, well then I'm going to take their H pawn. Okay, now they came in there, but now I can save the knight and give up those pawns. Do I need to save the knight? Not really. You know what? Oh, they can't take this. I just realized. As long as my knight said, they're going to take the knight first, though. And while they're doing that, I'm going to take this pawn and promote. Actually, I don't even need to take that pawn. Let's just go promote. They can have the B and A pawns, and we'll see which one. You know what? Now I can promote that one too, because they can't catch it. They can come after it, but they can't catch it. So I have beaten the Nelson bot unless I'm really erroneous here in a moment and give it a stalemate. All right, this will be a check. Then where do they go? Well, I'm going to move my queen to E4, which traps them in, one quadrant of the board there and just kind of keep it trapped. Let's go to G6, which, now I'm trapping on these ranks and files here. And even further, the goal is to get them on the side or the back rank. Here we're leaving them only 3 choices. Which one will they choose? That one. Okay, now they are trapped on the back rank, and I will just bring my king because there's nothing that they can do. Okay, good. And yeah, my time is up, but I will run the game review really quickly to see if I ever gave this bot a chance. Now it's going to be checkmate on the next turn right here. All right. How did I beat the great unbeatable Nelson? Well, I didn't. I didn't play an unbeatable Nelson because I beat this one, so it's not unbeatable. If there was an unbeatable Nelson, it wasn't this one. Save to archive. Let's run the game review. Okay, according to this, I was never behind. I did not play perfectly. I made 1 miss. Oh, at first I thought this other column was me, the 4 mistakes, but that was Nelson that made 4 mistakes. I did make 1 miss fairly early, and this says I played like a 1950. My opening was a little sketchy, according to this. All right, it was probably that queen move that threw me off. Yeah, the queen move was a mistake, and I should have played this. Okay, but that wasn't the only good move. Wait, no, bishop to D3. Oh, well, that makes a lot of sense. I didn't even see that. Oh my. I know I thought about this a lot, and the reason that I didn't do the knight move, as I said, was because I wanted to play the C pawn before I put the knight up there, and I ended up putting the queen here, but I should have just put the bishop there. That makes a lot more sense. Okay, I totally understand that. But that wasn't my miss. That was an inaccuracy. I'm still ahead as long as they played D5, but the bot didn't play D5. It checked me over here, and I should have just blocked with the pawn. Should have just blocked with the C pawn. But instead I blocked with the bishop, and they should have taken it, but they didn't. They defended the bishop, and I should have just put the C pawn there again. That makes more sense, because as it was, I traded the bishop for the bishop, but I should have just put the pawn forward. And that was my miss. Oh, wow. It's +2 if I just play C3. But because I did that, we're back under +1, and I should have played A3. No, it changed its mind. It went to knight to F3, which is what I played. Okay, and the rest of my game was apparently flawless, although it took me a long time. 69 moves. But yeah, I'm out of time. Thank you for joining me. I appreciate you spending your time here. Let me know how you're doing in chess, and let me know what you're doing in chess, as in what you're doing to get better. Are you reading books? Are you watching instructional YouTube videos? Are you playing bots? Are you doing puzzles? I like to know how other people are working to improve their score, and I'll see you next time.